We are outside the Paxton Creek here in Harrisburg. This is a body of water that has caused a lot of issues in the past, and we've seen that time and time again when we get heavy rain. The problem with the Paxton Creek is when it overflows, it dumps out onto McClay Street and causes flooding, and that is something we have seen with storms in the past. This is often a road that's shut down pretty frequently, and officials I spoke to say it is absolutely possible that with the remains of Debbie that we could see that again. Now, right now, crews are out clearing waterways, removing any debris like tree branches to create a clear path for any water to go through. They're specifically doing this at the mouth of the Susquehanna in South Harrisburg, where Wildwood Lake empties out. This is ultimately to help prevent flooding. When we did see flooding earlier, specifically in Lancaster County, this was the scene you're taking a look at Peckway Township in Lancaster County on Route 324. That is just north of Silver Mine Road. Heavy rains affected that area. Rollinsville Fire Company also says a driver got stuck in that flooding, and quick thinking and neighbors helped fortunately get them out to safety. The fire company says at one point the vehicle was starting to float, just proving to really listen to that saying, turn around, don't drown. You have heard that time and time again. Chief Brian Enterline with Harrisburg Fire says that is so important to remember, especially as the remains of Debbie come through the mid-state.
We have been saying that time and time again, and unfortunately we have to continuously say it because every year people lose their lives driving through floodwater. Those are the ones that can't tell you how bad it actually was. Because their life was taken by that water that they thought they could get through.
Enterline says it is every single storm that somebody is calling out to the Harrisburg Fire Rescue for help if they do get stuck in that water. Really, James, all it takes is half a foot of water for your car to start to float away, and that is when you lose control. So if you see water on the roadway, don't go through it, especially if you can't see the bottom of the road. That is how you know it is just too deep and not safe to drive through, James.
And Sarah, I mean, it sounds like something we say over and over and over again, but as you see countless times in videos like we showed, people still do it, so it needs to be said.
Yeah, James, absolutely. And that is something that Enterline really hammered home when I spoke with him about a half an hour ago. And he said really is without fail every single storm that Harrisburg Fire is being called out with people who need to be rescued. And of course, that puts the person who is driving through that high water in danger, but it also puts these first responders in danger and can potentially take away resources if they're needed elsewhere.
Absolutely. Sarah Wilson live there in Harrisburg.